Wonderful! So I'm talking to you now from Geneva. I'm not actually in Geneva. I'm in a place called Annemasse, which is down the road from Geneva in France. Let's just say I'm in Geneva. What I'm talking to you about is my Euro road trip. I'm at the end of it, or I should say we're at the end of it, me and Laura, my girlfriend. We've travelled around Europe, the Alps, mainly the Alpine region, for roughly 2 weeks, and it has been amazing. Really was a life changer. There's been good times. So my first ever taste of the Alps, and it is mouth-watering. There's been some real highs, like natural highs. The light has been amazing. There have also been some quite low points. Yeah, we're broken down. So what I really want to just get across to you are a few things. First and foremost is, what am I talking to you about? I'm talking to you about the videos that I'm going to be doing. Now, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to edit this together. I'd love to be able to edit this together in one like almost feature film, because that's what it feels like. Because there's been so much that's happened, I probably could get an hour's worth of material together. But I'm not going to do that, because I don't think that's very good for YouTube. I don't think that's very good for my audience. I think you deserve something that's quite concise and quite short to the point. Something that I'm terrible at doing. So what I'm going to try and do is edit this 2-week mammoth trip into 3 parts. And the first section will probably be the first half of the week. The second video will be the second quarter of last week, and the third video will be the final part of the trip. Now, along this trip we've done some awesome and epic adventuring. We started off in Belgium, in Bruges. We've seen some fantastic cities. Now, we've done Bruges, we've done Interlaken, we've done Innsbruck, we've done Geneva and Zurich, we've done Como, and we have done Geneva. Did I say Geneva? And the last leg of the trip is to see my sister Louise, who lives in Reims. What I want to get across first is, this wasn't a landscape photography vlog. This isn't hunting around Europe for a photograph. This was a holiday that me and Laura had planned. It's a little bit spontaneous. We'd only sort of planned this around about 4 weeks ago. We'd always known we wanted to see a little bit of Europe. So what we decided to do was get in the car and go. And one of the main things that I want to get across is just how easy it is to do that. You get in the car from Dover and you don't stop driving. It's that easy. You just got to remember to drive on the right side of the road, which is the wrong side. And it's so easy. We've driven to some amazing countries, amazing cities. Laura as well, as we've both shared the driving. We've driven through some epic scenery, crazy cities, and crossed the border several times into Switzerland, which sometimes has been a little bit awkward. I got like fingerprinted and stuff. I think they thought I was a criminal. And yeah, I've had some awkward border crosses. But above all, we've seen some amazing stuff. Europe is so accessible, especially to us Brits. It's a short drive away. Yes, there are some long drives, but if you break it up with doing some stops, you not only get to see some great places along the way, you obviously get to break up those long monotonous drives. We've Airbnb'd our way across Europe, which means, for those of you who are not familiar with it, we're not staying in hotels. If we'd have stayed in the Holiday Inn Zurich, we probably would have spent all our budget on one night. So what we decided to do was cap our accommodation budget. Every accommodation that we had has been under that limit, and it's been quite basic sometimes, and sometimes better than the best hotel I've been in. Mainly because of the hosts that have hosted us. Sometimes when you have a great host with Airbnb, so for example, those of you that don't know what it is, it's like staying in someone's house. If you've got a spare room, it's just going spare. You could rent it out with Airbnb, and you could have a traveller from China, from Malvern, from Italy, from Austria, from Brazil. You have loads of different people just coming to stay in your room, and they use your local expertise really, and safe in the knowledge that they're in a nice nice environment, and that's exactly what we've done. Some of the hosts have been a little bit standoffish, and some of them have really gotten involved with us and told us exactly where to go. And this is Zizo. Zizo is a legend. He's our host. If you need somewhere to stay in Bruges, this guy is your man. And as well, one more thing that I wanted to mention as well. When trying to find locations, awesome locations when you're driving to these places, don't worry too much about speaking to random people. The amount of waiters and waitresses we've spoken to and said, oh, excuse me, do you know where this is? Or if I want to see this, where's the best place to see it? You know, don't worry about, you've travelled a long way to just be too quiet. So don't have any, try and be brave and just ask people to talk to you, because you're never going to see them again. So that's exactly the attitude me and Laura have. We just talk to pretty much anyone and everyone. I've had to dig out some of my GCSE French. That's got me by a few times, believe me. And we've been into places where they speak fluent English, which is absolutely amazing as well. So we've had a really epic trip, and I just want to reiterate just how easy it's been. And also, yeah, there has been some difficult times. For example, right now, we're without a car. Yesterday, I won't go into too much detail, the car had to be taken away. This morning we got a call saying it was going to be ready for 9 o'clock. It's now 2 o'clock, and we've just heard that it's not going to be ready until 5, which means we can't go to our next stop, so we've got to improvise, we've got to do something, we've got to find a way to pass the time. So we're going to walk to a local supermarket, going to buy the holy trinity of bread, cheese and ham, and we're going to just have a continental dinner tonight, which is what we've done a few times. It's been expensive though. Zurich, couple of cups of coffee and a cake. I wished I hadn't, put it that way. Need an American Express just to get a bit of carrot cake. 17 quid it was. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you're looking forward to the videos that I will be making. But from Europe, I always feel like I should have an outro for my videos. Like First Man Photography, I've just started watching him, he says out. Brendan Vanson, my favourite travel photographer, he says peace. Frono's Photo, see ya. I don't know what mine could be. I do that a lot. I've realised that in my vlogs. And also, one final thing I wanted to say is, I think I'm going to address the music situation, because the last few vlogs I've done, I've had no music. It's just so European, isn't it? You don't hear that a lot. That just bell sound. Even the bells sound European. So it's now the evening, obviously, because you can see by the absence of daylight, and you can probably tell by my sarcastic tone that I'm also a couple of beers down. So this is rock and roll photography.